Former Representative and now Senator-elect James Lankford of Oklahoma spoke about his priorities now that the Republicans have taken the Senate. Let's listen.
So, Senator Lankford, what is top on your priority list as you move over to the Senate?
Well, budget for me, it's still a huge area. The people have started to step back and say, well, our deficit is only $480 billion now, so we're doing much better in deficit. We still have $480 billion in deficit. That's a big deal. I come from a biblical worldview in the way that I address issues. When I look at Nehemiah and how he handled things when he stepped into Jerusalem, it was that the people were in disgrace and the wall was broken down. But the two things that he focused in on was the infrastructure side of things and the debt. Half of the book of Nehemiah is just getting the people out of debt, and so they can actually take on the other things. We can't handle national defense right now. We can't handle a lot of things that we need to do and that need to be driven by states because we have so much debt. So that should remain a big focus for us to get ourselves out of debt. We are proof that our nation really is a slave to the lender.
He's like, yeah, the deficit's $480 billion, but we got to make it lower. Why don't you tell them what the deficit was before, Lankford? Well, he doesn't because he can't, because he doesn't know. Because if he did tell people that, then they'd go, no, we've actually done a pretty good job, haven't we? It was $1.4 trillion a year when Bush was in office. And then Obama came in, and every year he slowly, made it less and less. One year it was $1.1 trillion, then it got down to about $980 billion, and then now it's $480 billion. And look, I have to admit, before today, I thought it was still about $600 billion, but apparently it's a little less. So we're trending in the right direction, according to these guys. I should also add this massive caveat that, according to not just Keynesian economists, but MMT economists, which is more of a new school of thought, they say, no, that's not even a good thing. To focus on deficit reduction right now is actually horrible because in terms of the economy, usually public deficits mean private sector growth. So when you see the deficit going down, especially if it goes down fast, that's usually a bad sign that in the near future, there's probably going to be some sort of economic downturn. And not just because of that, for other reasons too. But the general trend is that when you have public deficits, that means private sector growth. So again, this guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about from an economic perspective. But when he throws the Bible in there, that's got to be the best part. Come on. He's like, we should get the deficit down because of God. We should get the deficit down because I believe in Jesus, because I believe in the Bible. Okay, so I guess you're in favor of universal health care, right? It's pretty clear in the Bible that Jesus wants to take care of the sick, the downtrodden, poverty-stricken, the starving. So you're in favor of food stamps, right? I mean, look, if you go by the message of Jesus, I'm just, telling you what he believes. He's as uber hippie left-wing liberal you can get. I mean, this dude's a fucking Marxist and a half over here. Here's what I know for sure. If you believe in a biblical worldview in terms of an economy, you want to tax the shit out of the rich. You're probably looking at Obama right now like, come on, bro, 39% marginal rate? Get that bad boy up to 98%. That's what you're thinking, right? I mean, you believe in Jesus. That's what he believes that, so you believe it, right? Oh, that's right. You don't believe that. Because you fucking pick and choose, of course. Because nobody's really in favor of a biblical system. This is what nobody tells you. If we implemented a biblical system in the United States of America, it would be chaos. Because we'd have some policies that are the most left-wing imaginable, like 100% tax on the rich, because Jesus wanted no rich people. He wanted rich people to give away everything and follow him. So no rich people, no wealth. So that's one aspect of a real biblical system. No wealth. There would be a social safety net. There would be universal health care, which is great, right? But then social policy, forget it. Oh, my God. Social policy, you cut your hair, death. You have earrings or you have tattoos, death. Oh, you touched your wife on the shoulder when she was on her period? You shook her hand? You just touched her? Okay, you got to be put to death. You do know that according to the Bible, when a woman's on her period, she has to sleep outside in a tent, right? She can't be in the same house with you. Oh my God, we still have fish markets open in the U.S.? Ban them all. Outlaw all fish markets. Because it's in the Bible. Hey, you're not allowed to eat any kind of shellfish, shrimp, crab, lobster, gone. Bye-bye. No more. Oh my God, you ate pork, we have to kill you. Oh my God, you worked on Sunday, we have to kill you. A true biblical system would be the most backwards, insane, ridiculous system ever. It's just Christian Sharia, basically. So look at what we're dealing with here, man. The biggest clowns in the country are now going to run the Senate. They're going to run the country. And they're already rationalizing and cherry-picking and using silly arguments. I want to reduce the deficit more, even though we've reduced it a lot already, because God and the Bible, even though that makes no sense.